Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Claire, aka Smurfygurly. This channel is all about perfume and I've got a bit of a mixed bag for you today. So I'm going to talk about how I got scammed not once but twice on Vinted and eBay. I'm also going to sniff a new perfume and what else? I think that's it. Yeah, so the new perfume, I think we'll open that first. So this is a decant I bought from a person on one of our Facebook fragrance groups, a trusted person who was offering up decants of a new fragrance. Now, pull that out now. Nicely wrapped. And this is, it's called Musc Couture, and I've forgotten the name of the brand. So Musc Couture, I will put the name of the brand here, maybe even here, who knows. So are we going to smell this? It looks like, I think he did say he's going to send me an extra sample. So let me pull that out. Maybe we'll smell that too. Oh, this will tell me the brand. Oh, it's Jacques Fath. And he sent me the Jasmine one, Jasmin De Toscane. I think Jasmin De Toscane. So we will smell both of those. But before I get into that, I'm going to talk to you about the scamming. So I've actually already filmed this video once and then I deleted it. I really liked the video. I thought I did a good job. So of course I deleted it, as you do. So doing this again a few days later, I had to get over it first. I had to move on emotionally and now I'm okay. So unfortunately, when I did the video, it was when I had the fake perfume with me, but I've had to return that. So I do have a picture of it though. So I'm gonna show you a picture of the fake perfume. It's not a fake bottle, but the juice is wrong. So this is the first scam I'm going to talk to you about, and it was on eBay. I saw a bottle of this Balenciaga Paris, and I thought I would have a bid on it, so it was an auction, and I thought, well, if I can get it for, I don't know, less than £80. It was a 75ml bottle, the same as this one. If I can get it for less than £80, then I'll go for it. So I bidded and I was the winning bidder. Got it for 70 something, 73-ish. And there were a couple of negative reviews, but the seller still had really high positive reviews, over 98 to 99%. The negative reviews were for Mugler fragrances, and I think they were refillable fragrances. And the review had said that the perfume inside those bottles was not the correct perfume. And I thought, well, they've got such good positive reviews. That could be a buyer error. Maybe it doesn't smell quite how they remembered it because of a reformulation. You know, it could be buyer error. It could even be a mistake of the seller in that they've received it thinking it's genuine and sold it on. So I thought, should be okay, but I'm protected by eBay anyway. And then when I was away in Croatia, I've just come back from a holiday in Croatia, by the way. When I was away in Croatia, I had another look on eBay and I saw that this had been delivered, or not this, but the one that I got from eBay. I saw it had been delivered and I had another look at the seller, and their negative reviews had increased. And there were more reviews saying that the perfume bottle looked authentic, but the perfume inside was definitely wrong, that they'd refilled the bottles with a fake perfume. And I thought, oh, this is not going to work out. I know now. I just feel it. I feel it in my water. I feel it in my perfume water. this is definitely going to be wrong. I just knew when I got home and I opened the box and they hadn't packed it very well. That wasn't packed with love. If I was sending this beautiful bottle, if I was selling it to someone, it would be packed with love. It would be very well packaged to protect it, because it's a beautiful fragrance and it's very special. It's discontinued. It's hard to find. Bottles can sell for much, much higher prices. And so when I sort of pulled it out of the box, it was very loosely wrapped in bubble wrap. And without even taking the lid off, literally just opening the box, I could smell this really cheap men's aquatic. So I knew immediately that I've been scammed. And yeah, I took the lid off, I sprayed it in the air. What do you know? It smelt like a really bad attempt at copying Cool Water for men. So I was like, really? And then when I looked at their reviews, I had also noticed that someone had already bought it and returned it, but they left a positive review. They said it didn't quite work out, but the seller allowed me to return it. So I think that the person that left that review was being kind because they were allowed to return it, but essentially that they had obviously picked up on the fact that it was not the right perfume. And so luckily they have allowed me to send it back. And I know that means that they're probably going to sell it or try to sell it again, which I don't understand how someone can have years and years of mostly positive reviews on eBay and then want to throw it all away to make a few pounds. I can't make it make sense. But it's obviously what they're doing. So one of the things I was wondering is, do people sell their eBay accounts on, if they sort of retire from selling on eBay, do they sell on a good eBay account with a good with good reviews? Will someone take that over, change the details? Is that something that happens? Because I can't make it make sense why someone with years and years of experience selling on eBay with great reviews would risk it and then go rogue and then start selling fragrances like that they've somehow, I don't know how they've managed, but they've managed to refill a genuine bottle. Because the only difference I could find between their bottle and mine, the colour of the juice. So when I held them side by side, the colour of the juice is quite obvious. Theirs was more greeny blue, whereas this is definitely more golden yellow. And then on the base, mine has etched. It's actually got a scratched out batch code because I think it's entered the grey market. But all the information on the base is etched in. Their bottle had a sticker, but it looked like a good sticker, like a clear sticker with the writing and the information on it. So I don't believe the bottle was fake. Side by side, they looked perfect. All the proportions, the quality of the lid, inside the lid, everything. The quality of the spraying plasticky tube thing, and that was exactly the right length. Usually you see flaws when you look closely at fakes. So the bottle looked perfect. So that tells me that people are able to refill non-refillable bottles. So you have to be so careful. If you don't know what something's supposed to smell like, I don't think it's a good idea to be buying it on an untrusted, from an unknown person, which is why I really like the Facebook groups. Occasionally some bad eggs get into the Facebook groups. Most of them the admins do a really good job at vetting people and sort of you can watch people gain trust. New sellers have rules they have to follow while they sort of gain experience and gain trust. And there's certain things that are put in place to protect everyone. So that's why I like the Facebook groups for buying and selling. And I was doing really well with eBay. I've bought some amazing perfumes over the years. So I'm not going to stop because eBay does protect the buyer really well. But I just think it's really important to know that you might be sold something that looks absolutely perfect, but when you spray it, it's not. It's a fake perfume. And that says to me that you really need to know what you're buying. You need to already know what that smells like. If you're blind buying, you are taking a risk. So that's the eBay one. Now we're going to move on to the Vinted one, which didn't work out so well for me. So at the beginning of my experience with Balenciaga Paris, I had 2 tester bottles. I was able to buy 2 tester bottles for decent prices. And when I first tested Balenciaga Paris, I liked it, but I wasn't sure if it was a love and whether I needed to keep both bottles. I wore it once. I thought, this is nice, but it's not blowing my socks off. And so I put one up for sale. So it's the exact same one as this. It's also got a batch code scratched off the bottom. And it was in a box with the cellophane around the box. However, the lid had been opened. The cellophane was open, but the bottle had never been sprayed. So I thought, I'll sell that one. That's going to be more valuable than the one without the cellophane and the one that I've started to use. So I put that on Vinted, which was a regret now. I put that one on Vinted and I sold it to someone. And then when it arrived, they sent me a message, is this counterfeit or seems counterfeit? And so I sent them back a message reassuring them, saying that I'm a perfume lover. I would never sell a fake perfume. Have you smelled it? There's no way. If you smell it, it's beautiful. It's such a classic, classy scent. There's absolutely no way it's fake. And I explained that when batch codes are removed, it's usually because it's entered the grey market. Anyway, they didn't respond. I sent them another message and said, have you smelled it yet? And they still didn't respond. And they just went via Vinted and requested to return it to me. Now, here's another mistake that I made. I was indignant and I refused to accept the return because I knew it wasn't fake. And unfortunately, Vinted's policy allows, basically, if they decide to side with the buyer, you not only don't get your money, but you also lose your item. So the buyer has kept my beautiful bottle of Balenciaga Paris and they paid nothing for it. So I lost. And I've tried to appeal. I have tried to make an official complaint. Vinted just do not give a shit. And in my research, I've seen there's some Facebook groups on Facebook, funny enough. And Vinted sellers and idiots of Vinted is one of them. And it seems that this happens a lot. People are losing hundreds of pounds because I think I saw a lady that sold a designer belt. I don't know what it was now, Gucci or something like that. Sold a designer belt that was worth hundreds of pounds. They had had it for a while and they didn't have a receipt, but they knew that it was 100% genuine. Buyer says it's fake and Vinted side with the buyer. She has now lost hundreds of pounds worth of Gucci belt or whatever it is. And it's happening all the time. And so I highly recommend that you don't sell anything of high value on Vinted. I will still use Vinted to sell like cheaper clothes that I just need to get rid of. And I will still use it for buying, although I've seen horror stories from buyers as well. But I think the risk is a bit lower for buyers. But yeah, I would definitely not list anything designer. I would definitely not list perfumes because people know. It's very clear. People know that Vinted will just side with them. If you do list anything on Vinted, then my advice would be if they're querying the authenticity, just accept the return, because otherwise you stand to lose not just the money but the item as well. So there's a warning for you. Vinted are bloody useless, and I don't recommend selling with them really. But anyhow, Balenciaga Paris is so beautiful. I think I mentioned it in my last video, so I won't go on about it too much. It's violet leaf. I feel like there's Parma violets and lots of powder, a little tiny bit of sweetness, musk, irisy. It does have patchouli and vetiver in the base, but I don't really pick up on it. It is mostly, for me, one of those your skin but better kind of scents. You just smell like you've got the best body products. You've used all the best products, and in the most beautiful, classy way. So I really, really love Balenciaga Paris, but don't try selling it on Vinted. And if anyone happens to see anyone selling a bottle of 75 milliliter Balenciaga Paris, bottom's got the batch code scratched off, and it has the box and open cellophane, please get in touch, putting the feelers out there, because if they try and resell it, then maybe I'll have a bit more of a leg to stand on, or maybe I can report them for fraud. So that's scams. Scams is done. Let's talk about this new perfume from Jacques Fath. I will need to undo this tape, but I can't see. Oh, I think I can feel where it starts. Yeah, my eyesight, my close-up eyesight is really not great these days. Oh, I left my glasses out in the other room. Okay, we've got the tape off. Right, so Musc Couture from Jacques Fath. All I remember is it had some unusual notes in it. It's got a banana note and something else foodie. I can't remember what now. And that's not why I wanted to try it. I wanted to try it because it is a musky perfume. I don't remember any of the other notes, and I don't have my phone to look them up. So I'm just going to go with how it smells. Maybe I'll put the notes on the screen if I can be bothered. This hand, by the way, has not had any perfume on it. Did I say it's my birthday? I think I did. Scent of the day today has been Chanel number 22. I have that around here and also on my wrist. It's been on my skin now for well over 12 hours and it's still going really strong. So Chanel number 2 is Chanel 22. Such a special fragrance. It's beautiful. Aldehyde, ylang ylang, slightly vanillic, sexy ladies perfume, grown up perfume. Excuse me. Okay, I smell this in the air. It's actually quite sweet. What the fuck is this? I don't know what this is. Right, okay. Thank you, Matthew, for sending me the decant. Very, very good price. And of course, sending me a sample as well. Matthew said it wasn't what he expected, but he really loved it. And he's actually bought another bottle. Now, obviously, he did decant, I guess, some out of the initial bottle. But the fact that he immediately bought another bottle says that he really, really loves it. I don't know what to say. I don't dislike it. I'm not loving it right now. I think my mind's a bit boggled about what I'm actually smelling. So I get something a little funky from it. Maybe something slightly indolic in there. Does it smell of banana? No, I mean, definitely something fruity about it. But more of a vague fruit salad mix rather than a specific fruit. And it's floral. I don't know the notes. If anything, I would suggest jasmine. Maybe a little bit of patchouli in the background, just lending it a slightly earthy but slightly sweet tone. There's something slightly sharp, slightly sour, maybe a citrus blend. Something makes me think of bubblegum as well, but with that citrus or sharpness. You got hubba bubba type bubblegum, which they're kind of fruity, aren't they? Bubblegums generally are a mixture of sweet fruits. So bubblegum, then something that counteracts that sweetness. Almost, it's not aquatic, it's not sea breeze or anything like that, but almost slightly salty. It's almost slightly disturbing. And I don't know why. I'd say it's quite cozy though. It's got a soft sweetness about it. But yeah, I just feel like there's something slightly jarring. So it's mostly all pleasant and cozy and warm, but then there's just something slightly jarring in there. The sort of salty, it might be some kind of aroma chemical that's kind of a little bit salty sharp. It's not love at first sniff, but it is really interesting. I think what I might do is let it settle for half an hour or so and then come back with the notes. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. I'm not cutting that out. I'm back. It's been half an hour and which hand is it on? It's this hand, isn't it? It's this hand. I'm not a fan. That's not to say I think it's bad. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not for me. It smells like a mixture of patchouli, maybe some sweet resins. It does smell a little bit synthetic. And I have looked up the notes. We do have some aroma chemicals here listed. That might be what I'm not loving. It's not got a patchouli note, by the way. It just smells a bit patchouli-like to me. So we've got banana, bergamot, cherry, linen, orris, musk, vanilla, amber tonic, ambrette, healing wood, don't know what that is, raspberry, and vetiver. Yeah, it is kind of powdery, so I can see there being orris in there. Linen, maybe. The fruitiness is really calmed down. It's barely there now for me. But it smells slightly smoky. And that's why I was thinking, is it some modern aroma chemicals that are kind of giving it that sort of slightly woody, smoky feel? And it's like a really subtle Arabian fragrance. Maybe not exactly that, but it feels like there's some aroma chemicals in here that are in some sort of more Arabian type fragrances. But it's not really, really harsh and it's not obnoxious or anything like that. It's fairly subtle. So it's completely tolerable. It's not a scrubber. There's aspects of it that I like, and there are aspects of it that I'm just not that keen on. essentially, I think people would describe it now as a your skin but better kind of thing, Glossier You-esque, but it's not going in that ISO-y super direction. It feels like it's more musk molecules and slightly woody. It's quite dry. It's fairly dry. If it had a note of rice paper, I could see that. If it had a note of papyrus. So it's slightly woody, powdery, musky, dry but not first quenchingly scratchy dry. Just a tiny hint of the fruitiness that was there before. I said it smelt floral. We've got no floral notes unless you include orris, which I don't count orris as a floral because the smell comes from the root. I thought I smelt jasmine when I first sprayed it. Mostly now, yeah, it is a powdery, musky, slightly woody iris. And I did think I was getting a slight patchouli in there as well. But as I say, it's not listed. But there was something slightly smoky about it as well, but very subtly. Yeah, it's not for me. It's just lacking something. It's lacking... It's very bassy. It's lost any top notes, really. It's very bassy. It's not got anything shining through. It's not got anything lifting it up. It's a bit like elevator music. I think there'll be people that really love this. If you do like those your skin but better type fragrances, musky powdery things, which I do, but this is just, I think I'm just not feeling the aroma chemicals maybe. But I don't hate it. But I can't see me even bothering to give it a full wearing. It's just not exciting me. I'll probably keep hold of it, give it another spray here and there. And you never know, I might change my mind. It's been known. Could come back and have fallen madly in love with it. If that happens, I'll be sure to let you know. There's a light sweetness in there. And I was thinking slightly ambery, subtly slightly ambery, which is why I said almost like there's some sweet, a little bit of sweet resins going on in there. And I suppose the vanilla would lend it some sweetness. Yeah. Yes, just a slightly sweet, vanillic, musky, powdery, woody base. It's not interesting me that much. But yeah, I don't dislike it. If I forgot to wear perfume and I found it in my bag while I was out, I would wear it. That's about the most positive I think I can be. Like, it's not irritating. It's not scratchy, annoying or obnoxious. So it's worth a try if you like these kind of things. But I wouldn't get too excited about banana. And what was the other interesting note? Linen. Yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about those notes. Banana's not really that obvious and doesn't really hang around too long. So let's try the Jasmine one. Jasmin De Toscane. Does that mean Tuscany, maybe? So I'm opening it, holding the mic, so probably getting lots of noises. And we will go. Number 22 is so good, I can still really smell it. But we will spray on the back of this hand. Oh, I sprayed the wrong way. Right, okay. Jasmin De Toscane. Smell that in the air. Oh, very, very floral and sweet. Maybe slightly fruity. I'm liking this at this point a lot more. Smells to me like a mixture of flowers. So not just jasmine. I feel like there is something like a frangipani or a tiara, maybe even a gardenia, maybe even a lily, because I'm getting something green floral. A little bit clove, not the spice, cloves, like, you know, this. A little bit like laundry, a really good laundry freshener, like a Febreze type smell, or even an air freshener. So very, very floral. Maybe there's freesia or sweet pea. Let's have a look. So before I look at the notes, I'll smell one more time. So yeah, my best guess is jasmine, freesia, lily, gardenia. There might be something slightly almondy in there and some citrus. Right, let's have a look, see what it says. Right, so this one come out in 2023 and it's got freesia in it. That's because I've smelt perfumes with freesia in before, and my first thought always goes to air fresheners, because I think growing up my parents had air fresheners in that, the ones that you spray in the bathroom, and I'm sure some of them were freesia. So whenever I smell freesia in perfume, I just think of those air fresheners. Grapefruit, petitgrain, you've got Indian jasmine, jasmine sambac, Italian jasmine, so you've got all the jasmines, benzoin sinfonide, and hazelnut. So the only floral then is your freesia and your jasmine. I feel like there's more white florals in here. And I don't know what sinfonide is. I think we need to find out, don't we? And sinfonide. Maybe it's a aroma chemical. Synthetic aroma chemical, specifically a type of musk, widely used in the fragrance industry to create nuanced, complex perfumes, adds a clean, refined muskiness, subtle warmth to scent compositions. So it's a musk molecule. Yeah. I don't know if that air freshener association is too strong for me to enjoy this perfume. I feel like it's very floral. It does smell like an air freshener. I think it's really pretty, and it's a clearly a better quality scent than you get from an air freshener. So I don't say it detrimentally. It's just when I smell things like this that I can't help the association. So it's not to say it smells cheap. It's just I can't help that association with air fresheners. And it might put me off wearing it, but this is super pretty, super floral. Like I don't really find much more than a whole bunch of florals in here. I feel like the jasmine is coming out. So when I first sprayed it, the freesia was the strongest because of that air freshener feeling I was getting. And I do feel like I'm really, and of course we've got different jasmines in here. I feel like I'm now getting more jasmine and the freesia's just calming down. So if that freesia really takes a back seat, I could like this more. If anything, it could be similar to a Dior Addict. No, not Addict. What's the ones in those bottles? Is it Joy? Dior. You know the ones. I'll put it on screen. Sort of like, it could be a flanker of one of those. So very, very floral, very classy, quite sunshiny. Something a bit more than just floral in here. Not exactly almondy. There's definitely real good depth to it. Yeah, a little bit, maybe it's the benzoin. A little bit, almost pencil shavings, but not quite. Still feels to me like there is a frangipani or a gardenia, like a more tropical white floral. I think it smells really, really nice. If I had to wear one or the other, it would 100% be the Jasmin De Toscane. It's got a real full body. Like, I wouldn't choose this for to be subtle. It's a big, bold slap in the face with a huge bouquet of flowers. I wouldn't wear this to an important meeting. I wouldn't wear it to the doctors. I wouldn't wear it to meet the parents. It's just very vibrant. I'd wear it to a party. I'd wear it to a lunch date, fun times, frivolous times. It's nice. It's clean. So it does feel like there might be a little soapiness underneath, just a subtle soapiness underneath. Yeah. I would wear it quite I'd underspray, I think. I don't know how the performance is going to be, but it's quite big at the moment. And that's a little sample that I've only sprayed a couple of sprays on my hand. But it's pretty big and bold. For me, this is a white floral, mostly white floral, maybe even slightly yellow floral as well. I know we don't have ylang ylang, but if there was some in there, it wouldn't surprise me, like a little bit. Or even daffodils. It's changing. It's got development. It's becoming more refined. It's losing that air freshener feel. So possibly that's the freesia really sort of calming right down, as I said it was. Yeah, j'adore. If I was going to say it's off the top of my head, and I'm not massively familiar with j'adore, I've smelt it on and off over the years. There's one that's really nice, which I think was a gold one, so more of a recent edition that smelled a little bit almost suntan lotion-ish. It's kind of closer to that. If I'm trying to think of anything it's similar to, it would be j'adore. If this came out of a j'adore bottle, I wouldn't be that surprised. Yeah, it's really beautiful floral. It might be too beautiful, if that's possible. But I like this one a lot. You can tell from my energy that it's really perked me up. It smells really quality. Even though I dismissed it as a bit air freshenery, it does smell really good quality. And then take some fresh air and we're going to smell the Musc Couture. Oh, I do think that if there's not patchouli, there might be one of those aroma chemicals that is used to create an oud note without using oud. But like a little bit. There's something in here that's not gelling with me that I find in cheap oud fragrances. But it doesn't have the obnoxiousness of those kind of fragrances. But it just smells like there's a synthetic oud or could be some patchouli in here. And I'm not feeling it. I liked it better when I first started talking about it, just like on this second clip. Now I'm over it completely. And I actually wouldn't want to wear this because it's now really sort of fake oudy smelling. And I'm really not into that at all. Yeah, it's got that cheap Arabian perfume kind of feel. And I don't really like it. So this, on the other hand, Smiles all round. It's sunshiny, floral, bright, pretty, bold. I'm looking forward to giving this a full wearing. So yeah, the sample is an absolute win. Really, really like that. And then the Musc Couture, no, I'm not keen. It had moments that were quite nice, but it's gone to shit on my skin at least, and I am not a fan. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit of a mixed bag. Let me know if you have been scammed lately, and give us some details in the comments so we can watch out for it and we can all be prepared, because I feel like the world in general is getting scammier and scammier, and it's getting cleverer and cleverer because obviously you have AI and all that stuff. So watch out there. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.